this is Jackie from Strength Therapy, and I'm going to be talking about an active deep squat versus a passive deep squat today, and also what you can do with them. Now, a deep squat, just so we know, is ass to grass. It's basically, as long as your feet are planted on the ground, how far can your butt go while your torso is still upright, right? And I'm not going to talk about any of the butt wing stuff, and that's just a different topic. But what I would like to say about these two different types of squats is that they have two different purposes, okay? So the passive deep squat is when you go to the very bottom, you'll probably end up having that butt wink where your pelvis tilts backwards a little bit, so your tailbone's kind of tucked a bit. And this, for many people around the world, not necessarily for you, but it could also as well, this is a position of rest. So you'll see people just kind of hanging around doing stuff on the ground, maybe having food, or maybe they're like, I don't know, just doing stuff, playing with their kids while they're in this position. And you should naturally be able to stay in this position for a very long time because it is a rest position, okay? This is also a position for where you're supposed to do number two, right? So you're supposed to go to the bathroom in that position as well. It actually aligns your bowels much better so that you can eliminate them easier and quicker, okay? So this is an ass to grass deep passive squat. When you're in this position, you definitely do not want to be doing any type of breathing exercises where you're working on intra-abdominal pressure, okay? So you don't want to, because when you're in this position, you're naturally inclined to let that pelvic release relax and open, not to be tight, right? Because again, this is the position for defecation, right? So you don't want to be doing any of your breathing exercises in this position if you want to create better intra-abdominal pressure or basically a better breathing system, okay? If we take this passive deep squat position and we just raise up just a smidge, right? Just a tiny bit so that you have to use your muscles to stay up, right? So now I'm using my muscles. I can't really stay here for too long, otherwise I get tired, right? This would be a great place to work on your breathing for your intra-abdominal pressure, because once you lift up a little bit, it closes off that pelvic floor, that system right there, and it closes off the pelvic floor, tightens it up a little bit so that you can create that pressure system in there, okay? So what you can do, a couple of different things to make it even better is you're in that full deep squat, right, the passive deep squat, and then you come up just a little bit, okay? And what you can do is you can increase it even more by having something in front of you where you can straight arm push down, okay? So I've got two yoga blocks over here. I'm going to set them about arm's distance apart, and I'm just going to push down gently. And when you do this, you'll be able to feel the lats engage a little bit better, and you'll feel that pelvic floor close up even more, and you can do better breathing drills in this position, okay? You can also, when you're in this position, do overhead stuff as well too, right? And you can grab bands, different things like that, right? But my favorite would probably be having something in front of you to push down with a straight arm so you can engage the lats a bit better, and also that pressure system. Oh, that gets a little tiring. So that you can have a better core with a deeper squat. So this will help unlock the hips a bit, probably also unlock some other things that you have going on in your body too. Give that a try and see how you feel after doing some of those, okay? I wouldn't recommend staying in those deep squats for a really long time if you're just getting started. So one good rule of thumb is when you're gonna come up, okay, to first make sure that you're in that active deep squat. And then what I would do as a first step would be to push down on something in front of you, right, to activate, okay? And then with your entire foot planted on the ground, you're going to push the ground away from you. So in that case, you end up standing up, okay? So you're going to be pushing down on here and pushing the ground away from you. And by doing that, you engage a nice system to help you get up from the ground nice and strong. When you're ready, you can get rid of those blocks, right? And same thing, start from an active deep squat, and same thing, you can come up in that position. The breathing on the way up should be an exhale, okay? So down here, active deep squat, take a nice full breath in, And then on the exhale, that's when you stand up. When you exhale, it should be one of those audible exhales, right? So, or not just a, right? It's not a sigh. So that will help engage some more muscles in your core, specifically the transverse abdominis and also a lot of the intrinsic core as well too, to help maintain that pressure system to help you get the power to come back up. When you're okay with that, doing all those, go from a complete passive squat, and then you'll be able to coordinate that entire system together by itself, okay? But if you're getting up and down and starting to get dizzy, make sure you take some breaks in between. Make sure you are okay to stand up before you come back down, and make sure you're okay on the ground in the squat first as well too. But again, make sure that your oxygen level is good so that you don't get dizzy and fall over, right? That's kind of a normal rule of thumb. Anyway though, play around with those two different types of deep squats, the passive one and also the active one. You should be able to do both of them, as they're very important in daily life as far as form and function.